news show.
Good news.
More news for you. Good news, bad news, all the news. News.
Well, and the award for the first or the worst intro to our new show ever goes to this one.
Ah, yeah, we won something.
Hooray!
Oh.
Hello and welcome to the Movie Men podcast.
We are the B team.
And that, I see, what's great about doing an accent is it can't be offensive if it's not actually a real accent that anybody ever speaks ever.
Yeah, I just try to make crap up for it.
Yeah. That's Carl.
And this over here is Brady.
And we got a news-packed show today, so we're not going to waste any time. We're going to jump into things. But first,
The Decker Rising Spotlight.
Carl here has, well, a lung condition, but also a segment of the show he does where he lists 3 different topics of news related to tech upcoming in the world. He gives me a ambiguous is the word I was looking for. Remember last time I was like, not vague, not
Ambiguous. Yeah, that's a good word. Yep.
Ambiguous. He gives me 3 different ambiguous sort of taglines for what those topics are. Based on those really impossible to determine what the hell he's talking about taglines, I choose one and he gives me a brief rundown of the other 2 and then a little bit more of a detailed rundown on the one I chose.
I got some good ones this year. Or this week.
Year? All right.
this week. That line would work if it was the first week of January, but it's not. All right, so here we go. It's the fun ones. I like these ones this week. First one, electrodynamic shielding.
Okay.
Second one, Lady of the Rings is at it again.
Okay.
Last one, the internet had a mass exodus temporarily.
You know, you introduced this segment by saying you were excited about all 3 of these, and I got to tell you,
You don't find them
the
exciting?
3 taglines you gave me, none of them are jumping out of me. I'm going to go with Lady of the Rings because it sounds the closest to Lord of the Rings, and I'm not particularly drawn to either of the other 2. So,
all right, mass exodus of the internet. So we recently had a solar eclipse.
sure did. I had glasses and I watched it. And
Yeah,
did you have glasses?
I
you
didn't.
do the thing?
I worked the whole time. I didn't care.
Douche.
I've seen them before.
Douche. Not like this. not like this, and not for like another 120 years.
When I was in public school, there was a pretty heavy duty eclipse.
Yeah, but not like this.
Anyway, yeah, there was some data being tracked on that, and it's estimated that 40 to 60% of internet traffic dropped for a couple hours during a certain point in time.
Watching that? That's amazing. That's amazing.
Electrodynamic shielding. NASA's doing some pretty interesting research into some literal electrodynamic shielding.
Which is what?
Using some kind of electric current to make kind of like the reverse of you rub your foot on the ground, electric static shocks.
Oh, okay.
But they're using it to like protect clothing and remove moon dust from things, because with kind of a lot of people having their sights set on settling the moon dust, which is apparently like a really fine and gritty, but still kind of gritty dust, is foreseen to be a big major issue in wrecking equipment and things like that. So
see, and that's almost as interesting as protecting moon dust and removing clothing. The opposite, but whatever.
Anyway, you chose The Lady of the Rings is at it again. Are you familiar with Mount Etna?
No.
No, you're not familiar with Mount Etna?
No.
It's a volcano in Europe.
Where in Europe?
Europe's most powerful volcano. And it does this weird thing where it puffs smoke rings.
In Italy.
It puffs smoke rings. Check
Okay.
these things out.
Whoa.
Right? Like literal smoke rings into the air. These little like glowy, almost golden looking rings of smoke.
Do we understand why?
It's got something to do with just this kind of the same way that you can make smoke rings when a person's smoking or vaping, or dolphins make water rings in the water. Just kind of the way the air pressure works with this active volcano, and the way it's kind of built and constructed. It's not the way it's the right term, but
formed, shaped.
But
it's like clearly, like, in order to get smoke rings, it's like letting out small bursts of
but
belching is the term I'm seeing online.
It does this it's not an uncommon thing, but apparently more recently it's been doing it quite a bit.
See, that's cool, but freaky.
Yeah, and it's been a couple of days since I actually read the whole article, but it's not volcanologists. I don't know if that's the right term for them.
Wow, that's a cool name, though.
I made that up, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe I didn't. But they've said that it's not a sign of the thing's going to erupt and be a danger to anybody. It's just kind of normal activity for this volcano. And
volcanologist.
I got it right. Look at that. Look at me, so smart. Trying to steal Pete's
volcanology.
Place. It's the smartest man on the podcast.
Yeah, you are. I would say you're the penultimate smartest man.
For those who listen to our "You Haven't Watched" episode, what were we calling that show again?
I don't know. First time
watch. Yeah.
Robin Hood Prince of Thieves review.
Yeah.
Which is not out at the time of this being out, but
sneak peek.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I mean, that's freaky.
Isn't it?
It's upsetting.
So weird. It's so it's just kind of one of those world marvels, though, where stop touching your mic. What are you doing?
See, I adjusted it subtly versus.
I still heard the springs. Oh, you can play with it when you get called out for it, but I can't. I get it.
Yeah.
See the double standard I have to work with here, folks?
Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's kick things off. Let's jump into our actual news topics for today. So, you and I, Carl, have talked considerably about who's going to play James Bond next. And I've made it very clear that my number one choice is Henry Cavill.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've seen Man from U.N.C.L.E. and me like.
Yeah. You need to watch, oh shoot, I just lost it. His most recent spy flick.
Argyle.
Yes, thank you.
So
it's good too.
Recently in an interview, Henry Cavill was asked if there was any James Bond in his future, basically. They said, we don't want to overstep. We don't want to be a little pushy. But is there any updates potentially in your future? And Henry Cavill said, I have no idea. All I have to go off of is the rumors. I have the same information you have. Maybe I'm too old now, or maybe I'm not. We'll see what the producer's plans are. And so the question kind of is Henry Cavill too old at this point to play James Bond? Now, we sort of touched on this not long ago. Henry Cavill is 40. Is
he really?
He's 40.
Dude, we're the same age. We look just as good too. I look as good as him.
Yeah,
I got same striking jawline. If you could See it under my big beard.
I would say you have similar colored hair.
And we're the same age. We're like practically the same person.
And that's sort of where the
I could be a
similarities.
stunt double.
Similar eyebrows, maybe. Smile. Vastly different teeth. No.
Well, he's British.
So he's 40. Now, is 40 too old for being James Bond? Well, no. But there's a couple of things to take into consideration here. Number one, if Henry Cavill does in fact not know if he's the new James Bond, that means we're at least 2 years away from filming and at least 3.5 years away from getting a new 007 film. So now you're looking at 42 by the time he's portraying the character. Okay. Still not too old. But then you start talking about, well, but
how many times is he going to play
they're
the
also
character?
likely looking to cast a Bond who's going to be their Bond for 15 years. Mm-hmm. So now you're talking about a Bond that's 57, that's pushing 60. Is that too old? My thought is it kind of depends entirely on the James Bond story that they're planning on telling. Now, spoiler alert, for those who don't know, it's been out for a number of years. I know Carl hasn't seen the most recent James Bond, but
This is true.
It's been out for a number of years. It is what it is. There's a very definitive ending to Daniel Craig's Bond at the end of No Time to Die. Because it turns out that Daniel Craig's Bond did have time to die.
Spoiler.
There's other great things that happen in that movie that I won't spoil for you. But he does in fact die. There is a definitive ending to Daniel Craig's James Bond.
Right.
Which means, like previously, we've kind of looked at like the Sean Connery and then the George Lazenby and then more Sean Connery and then Roger Moore and then Pierce Brosnan and, well, Timothy Dalton. There were 2 Timothy Daltons in there. As kind of like the same Bond somehow.
Same-ish, yeah.
This is clearly an end. Daniel Craig's Bond was clearly a reboot.
Yeah.
And will clearly require a reboot to continue on. Mm-hmm. So it all kind of depends on what James Bond story they plan on telling. With the right story, is wrapping things up with a 57-year-old Bond or a 60-year-old Bond, is that too old to play Bond? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say, again, depending on the story that you're telling. If your plan is to tell a young James Bond at the start of his career who's just joined MI6, who's, blah, 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 then yeah, even 42 is probably past that threshold. My hope is still Henry Cavill. Is what it is. That's not going to change.
Oh, man.
Carl, What are your thoughts? Is Henry Cavill, A, too old to play 007 now at the age of 40? And B, if Eon Films is planning on casting a James Bond that will run for 15 years-ish, is having a Bond that would eventually be like 57 or 60-ish, is that too old for Bond?
I don't know. I'd say in terms of being able to create a series of Bond films with the same actor, he's potentially too old. Yeah.
Really?
I think so.
Okay.
And I say that because, as we talked about recently, the more recent rumor of somebody being cast, Aaron Taylor Johnson, who's played Quicksilver and Kick-Ass, and that, I think that kind of fan casting, that kind of hype train, I'm behind that one a little bit more than Henry Cavill. As much as I love Henry Cavill as an actor and everything I've seen him in.
Right.
Man, Aaron Taylor Johnson. Plus, how much younger is he then?
I think he's in his 30s. Aaron Taylor Johnson.
33. Yeah.
33.
So 7 years younger, that's a lot more legs to run with in terms of an actor age. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Now, for reference, Sean Connery was 31
When he started
He
with Bond.
was 40 at the end of his main run. Of course, he came back in the non-Eon kind of spin-off, non-related film, Never Say Never Again, or Never Say Never? Is it Never Say Never or Never Say Never Again?
I don't know. You tell me. You and Pete are the ones that watched them all.
Never Say Never Again. And he was 52. Can't believe we watched all the James Bond films.
It's a lot.
What are we thinking?
It's crazy.
27 films. So yeah, interesting. I mean, so you would lean towards old?
I think I would. Yeah.
Okay.
If he were, you'd have to definitely, like you're saying, like the story would have to be written for an older James, like a more seasoned kind of end of his run James Bond, I think.
Okay. Interesting. Moving on.
Sorry, just real quick, to kind of a side jump to another spy who's getting to the point where it's unbelievable is like Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible. Like, that dude's old. He's, as much as Hollywood actors kind of seem to keep their youth a little bit more than normal people somehow, miraculously.
Well, makeup and plastic surgery and
but
he's
to
61.
Tom Cruise still he's looking his age.
Yeah, he's 61.
And when you pair him up against younger guy, like when what was the one Henry Cavill was in where he does the pump the arms shotgun in the middle of a fight?
Fallout.
Yeah, like Henry Cavill looked like he could take on Tom Cruise's character. He's like,
well, in that scene he did.
Yeah, and
kicked Tom Cruise's ass.
Okay, at what point is Tom Cruise's character, should he just die because he's too old?
Well, I mean, at this point, it's becoming Mission more impossible than it used to be.
Mission Impossible in a wheelchair.
Yeah. All right. Moving on. The first trailer has dropped for the new film Transformers 1.
Right. Yes, this thing.
An animated film.
Yeah.
Hey, what is up, Transformers fans?
Oops. A film that you didn't.
I didn't even know it was
coming.
Yeah. You were like, you watched the trailer. I was like, what trailer? He's like, for the Transformers. Oh, that was a trailer. Oh, okay, let's watch that.
A September 20th theatrical release. So it's getting the big treatment.
Okay. Yeah.
It doesn't look amazing. However, when you compare it to the last several entries in the Transformers live action franchise, they have also not been very good at all. And so there's a part of me that looks at this and goes, could be a bad trailer for a great movie. We've seen that
Yeah, it
times.
happens. It happens.
And I'm kind of thinking, because at this point, the best Transformers movie that we've gotten since the first Transformers movie is the Bumblebee movie, which was like a prequel spinoff kind of thing. Outside of that, it's just been the same sort of CGI orgy over and over and over and over. And look, I'm not suggesting you do the Transformers films without CGI. Obviously, you need the CGI.
Yeah.
But it's just a mess to look at.
It's something that Paramount has milked to death. They're trying to bleed a rock at this point.
And so looking at this trailer, even though I'm kind of the opinion that I didn't watch the trailer and go, wow, this looks amazing. I did watch the trailer and think, maybe this is where Transformers belongs for a while. Is in this type of
That's where it started.
Across the Spider-Verse sort of computer animated film thing. I'm not a big Transformers guy, and so my impression of this should probably sort of be taken with a bit of a grain of salt. But Carl, my understanding is that you're much more a Transformers guy than I was. Probably watched the shows growing up, or are far more aware.
Some of them. It was never my go-to. I was aware of them. I never really had any of the toys. I played with some of them at friends' house, kind of.
Sure.
But I mean,
but what are your thoughts on the trailer?
I'm a true child of the 90s,
of
right?
the 90s.
I grew up born 84.
Ninja Turtles, Transformers.
In the prime of my youth watching cartoons, Ninja Turtles, Transformers, all those shows that were
Thundercats.
Ninja Turtles wasn't originally made for kids. It was a comic book for young adults. But anyway, shows that were made to sell toys. The Teenage Mutant show was definitely made to sell toys, right? All those shows are made to sell toys. Transformers being one of them. He-Man, right? Yeah. So I'm aware of it. I enjoy it. I was excited when the first Transformers live action hit theaters. It wasn't horrible. It wasn't great. But watching this trailer, man, it, like you said, it feels like this is where Transformers belongs. Like true animated flick. But at the same time watching it, I was just like, I don't know a lot about the lore, but they're definitely putting their own spin on some of the lore here.
Right.
Which I don't know how Transformers fans will take that.
Yeah.
Right? Because from what I can tell from the trailer, Optimus and I'm blanking on the name.
Bumblebee
of the Decepticon. Megatron, thank you. They're buddies.
Yeah.
Right? And they run into Bumblebee and become buddies with him too. and like I'm not 100% on the lore here, but the gist that I understand is there was some form of friendship there, but they were like the world that the Transformers lived on, the Transformers home world, was under like a tyrannical rule, and that rule was there was like a rebel army on the planet trying to overthrow it, being led by Megatron, if I'm not mistaken, and I think Optimus was helping it somehow, and it doesn't look like they're kind of going with that kind of rebellion kind of storyline here. It looks like there's something else potentially going on. So I don't know, but I mean, it felt really goofy.
Yeah, it has a comedy angle.
Yeah, but like based on the trailer, it doesn't feel like there's any real seriousness to this film.
Right.
Which
it almost has like a Robot Chicken kind of.
A little bit, like lots of goofs and gags and laughs. And I wonder if that'll hurt it. Because one of the reasons Into the Spider-Verse really works is because even though it's goofy and fun and lots of gags, especially when you throw Spider-Ham in there, and of course it's not taking itself super seriously at that point, right? It knows what it is.
Nick Cage is Spider-Man Noir.
Right. But there is a darkness to the overall storyline.
Yeah.
There's a heaviness to it that's alleviated by that humor.
Yeah.
Right. And I watched a video essay on why the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles live action worked so well. And the director pushed really hard to keep the dark storyline of Splinter being abducted and Raph almost dying.
Right.
Where a number of the cast members and other people wanted to throw that part of the story out. But that's one of the reasons why that works.
Right.
It adds stakes. It adds a heaviness to it, that all that levity that happens before and after then have something to play on.
Yeah.
So I wonder if there's gonna be a heaviness to this film, and if there is, I think it'll work. If there isn't, then it'll be a fun movie I can take a 5-year-old to.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you think will this be a theater watch for you?
I don't know. Like, I don't think my boys are old enough that I'd take them to a theater to watch something like this.
They just get fussy and distracted, and
Yeah. Well, Laverne might sit through it. I don't know. But I don't know if my 11-year-old girl would even be interested. She's never watched anything Transformers.
yeah, it's not really her.
Right? So she likes watching superhero. There's a couple superhero shows. I think she watches Teen Titans Go and
Right. Okay.
things like that.
Cool.
So kind of up this alley. Might be something she's interested in.
You're
We'll see.
getting there nerdy.
If she sees something on it or sees it at the Paramount Theater in Hanover here, maybe I'll say, yeah, all right, let's go. But if she doesn't express interest, I'm not going to push it on her.
Sure. Okay, moving on. Now, streaming. We are in the age of streaming. And streaming is one of those things that has grown and adapted and kind of evolved over the years. We've broken down the history several times, and so there's no need to go into all of it. But sort of a brief recap is, we had cable TV. Obviously, there's stuff before that, but cable TV and satellite TV were kind of the reigning supremes prior to the advent of streaming.
If you wanted a diverse option in channels and watching options, yeah.
So you had all these different channels, and then there were advancements that came along. You had digital cable boxes that were kind of similar to satellite. You could start PVRing things.
Yeah. Stop,
Right?
pause, and rewind.
Stop, pause, rewind, record a show while you were off at work for the day.
Record a show while you're watching another show.
While you're watching another show. Like, it was just sort of the what felt like the pinnacle of technology.
Yeah.
Then streaming came along, and a lot of people very quickly, but more gradually over the first couple of years of streaming, started cutting the cable.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you had satellite, you still kind of called it cutting cable. You cut the cable. No more wires going to your house, no more whatever, except for your fiber internet line.
Yeah.
And there you go, right?
Yeah.
And one of the two selling points of streaming was three selling points of streaming were no commercials.
No commercials. Thank God.
Cheaper than cable.
Mm-hmm.
Especially back when we're talking about the beginning. So you had kind of just Netflix.
If you're paying for one service nowadays, it's still a lot cheaper than you were paying for cable. But it's a lot harder to do nowadays because there's.
And I would say one of the biggest ones is watch what you want when you want. So you're not messing around with it's the show I want's on at 7.
Yeah.
No, it's right there. Go watch it.
The birth of binge watching.
Binge watching. And there's been some changes to streaming, namely the introduction of ad-supported tiers, right?
Yeah.
Pay less for it, and there's going to be some ads, kind of like there is on YouTube.
Also the influx of everyone joining the streaming game, creating more competition and more need to have multiple streaming services if you want to be able to watch everything
that you want to watch. Yeah. Well, Disney, one of the newer players in the game, but they've been around for maybe three or 4 years. No, it was 4 years. Disney Plus came out over COVID, so we're looking at 3 years tops. 2020, I think it came out. So 4 years. And they've decided, or are reporting, that they are going to introduce some new streaming channels. And what those would be on your Disney Plus app, you'd be able to select and put this channel on, and it would just be continuous content. running all the time.
Right.
Maybe there'd be a Star Wars channel, and it's just nonstop Star Wars content.
Is just randomly playing a different Star Wars style show as soon as the other one ends.
Yeah. Movies and shows and whatever, right? Maybe night times at 7, what's on is a movie, right? And they cycle through them or whatever.
Yeah.
And the reason why they're doing this is because on this channel there would be ads. And the idea is to get you on the app. The first goal is always to get you on the app. The second goal, the serious goal, is to keep you on the app longer. Because the more you're on the app, the more ads appear in front of you, and the more ads that appear in front of you, the more revenue for Disney. And so the idea behind these channels is you're just going to put it on and leave it on. Walk out of the room, come back, do whatever. You're just going to kind of, I guess for those that aren't serious about sitting down and watching and partaking in what's on the screen, but are just kind of always like, I just need some Star Wars in the room. I don't know.
Yeah. I've seen a few memes. Like I didn't see any news articles about this, but I've seen at least 2 or 3 memes about this. So when I seen it in the notes, I was just like, "Oh, I know what this is."
Yeah. And
they were funny memes.
And
like there was there's the Star Wars one people use where Obi-Wan's talking to Anakin. You're meant to destroy the Sith.
Not join them.
This is like, you are meant to destroy Cable, not join them.
and so that leads me to my point. It is sensible to me from a business standpoint. The math makes sense.
If people use it.
If people use it. But then there's the consumer part of me that goes, isn't this cable?
Yeah.
Like, isn't this what we came from? Isn't this what we were excited
backwards?
to leave? And doesn't this undermine and just lack all of the things that was so exciting to us about streaming?
Yeah.
No, Disney Plus isn't changing. It's not going to be like now if you want to watch Star Wars, you have to catch it on this channel.
Are they presenting this as a cheaper tier?
I see that. I don't know.
That's unknown still. Okay.
That's unknown. Because
they've tried this before.
Because then otherwise, if they don't, then what the hell is the appeal?
I don't think Disney. It was Netflix that was looking into ad-supported tiers.
Well, Netflix has ad-supported tiers.
Oh, does it? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I just don't have it.
Most of them do now. But so my question, like it makes sense to me from a business standpoint if people watch it, but from a consumer standpoint, unless it's significantly cheaper, in which case I'm like I don't understand the appeal.
Significantly, I think it needs to be like free.
Could be.
I think like if you're gonna do any kind of
you get
ad-supported tiers rather, it needs to be free.
Anyways, Carl, what are your thoughts on the idea of these Disney Plus channels in which you can constantly just have a flow of content going? And instead of choosing what you want to watch when you watch,
I think it's a waste of their time.
Doesn't make any sense.
Honestly, like I mean, I don't see the revenue number. Like maybe they've got revenue numbers on there out there somewhere about how many people actually pay for these ad-supported tiers. But I feel like it's abysmally low. Like I don't know. Yeah. I feel like for the time and effort put into making this happen, they could be doing something or anything else worth more time, worth more, that would bring them more value.
Yeah. I agree. I don't
get it.
It's too soon. I guess it's too soon. Maybe we don't understand the full picture of what this is supposed to be.
Especially like the premise put forward. You mean I don't have control of what I'm watching?
Well, you get to choose Star Wars or Marvel.
But no, like, but I don't know what's coming up after this show. Like, at least with
She-Hulk.
Like, this seems like it's worse than Cable. Because at least with Cable, I have a program guide and I know which channel to go to at what time to watch what I want to watch.
Maybe they'll have that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It just seems...
But to introduce it as if it's some sort of new, interesting, creative decision, it's like, no, it's just cable,
so
you jackasses.
Brilliant. Some dude with a brainwave.
Yeah.
Look what I made.
All right, moving on. Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Now, there's been a lot of debate back and forth on whether or not we are going to get, like, what does the next Spider-Man look like?
A spider can.
Right? Are we going to get a fourth Tom Holland Spider-Man movie?
Spins away.
Shut up. Now, it's...
Any size.
Now, it seems like... No, I'm just kidding. I muted Carl.
Catching thieves. It's just like fun. Watch out.
Oh, you just...
Here comes the Spider-Man.
You just added so much editing to me because you, like,
I went
swallowed
sideways.
the microphone and screamed.
I went
okay,
sideways
listen.
to do it.
Listen. Shh.
Okay.
Deep breath.
I'll shut up.
In through the nose.
That was my mouth. Sorry.
And out through the mouth.
Well, that was my nose. Sorry.
It looks like we probably are getting a fourth Tom Holland Spider-Man film. Now, the question at that point is not who's playing Spider-Man, because
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland. The question is who's directing, because John Watts, who directed the first three, is moving on to other things. He's doing other stuff.
It's George Lucas.
It's definitely not George Lucas. No, and it's not M. Night Shyamalan either. Although that could be interesting.
Steven Spielberg.
There is a rumor going. There's two rumors going around right now. Rumor number one is that Spider-Man 4 with Tom Holland might be eyeing up Sam Raimi. Ooh. A man who's pretty familiar with Spider-Man.
Comic book heroes in general. He's
pretty familiar with the MCU.
4 comic book films now.
Yes. Now, look. Will this happen? I don't know. Should it happen? I don't know. Should it happen? I'm leaning towards thinking, hey, this could be a great idea. Because A, you know what? Yeah. Spider-Man 3, he stumbled. He had a stumble. Right? Spider-Man 2, incredible. One of the greatest superhero films made to date, Spider-Man 2.
Definitely.
Spider-Man 3, a stumble. Everyone has a bad day at the office. Everyone. You look up any director's film career, and you can go through, even Steven Spielberg, you can go through and go,
It's a foible.
that was, you know. And then say what you will about Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. That film made over $900 million.
The Doctorverse is strong.
Yes. It made over $900 million.
Yeah.
And so, and I like it. I like it more than most people like it.
It's fun.
And Sam Raimi, who obviously is well rooted in horror, his film debut being Evil Dead.
Yep.
And introduced some kind of horror, spooky elements into his portrayal of Wanda in Multiverse of Madness.
Oh, yeah.
There's some creepy witch Sam Raimi type stuff going on there. I think this could be great. I think it could be good. It could be a good direction for them to go in. Obviously, Sony likes Sam Raimi. He's made them a shit ton of money.
Yeah. Marvel likes him.
Marvel likes him. And here's the thing. For all those people out there who are begging and whining and fanboying and going, I need another Tobey Maguire cameo.
We're looking at you, Pete.
You get Sam Raimi in as the director of Tom Holland's Spider-Man 4. Your chances of a Tobey Maguire cameo increase. Definitely increase, right? Those odds go up.
Yeah.
Those odds go way up.
If not a cameo, definitely some Easter eggs and callbacks.
Some sort of, whatever.
Yeah.
So, look, rumor number one, I'm on board for. Carl, what are your thoughts on Sam Raimi directing Tom Holland's Spider-Man 4?
I like Sam Raimi. Give him the wheel. Let him drive that car. Don't don't hamper his creative vision too much, and you're gonna have a moneymaker.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
There's a Kevin Feige quote where Kevin Feige's talking about Sam Raimi, and he says one of the great things about Sam Raimi is he's not a director that I need to check in on.
nice. That's
Right?
a good quote.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Rumor number 2, Sydney Sweeney, who was in Madam Web,
Yeah.
played the blonde, kind of nerdy, ditzy,
Right.
like schoolgirl
One
outfit.
of the 3 girls who did absolutely nothing for the film.
There's a rumor going around that she might be getting eyed up because here's the thing. You have Tom Holland's Spider-Man.
Yep.
And for those who are a little behind, to get you caught up to date with Tom Holland's Spider-Man, nobody knows who Peter Parker is anymore,
Not a buddy.
including MJ, Melissa Jones, or
Yeah, something like
something.
that.
Yeah, whatever. But Spider-Man's love interest right now is a little up in the air, right? He could try to mend that bridge with MJ. Mend the bridge, like reintroduce himself and try to get her caught up to speed. Or there's room for other stuff. And
Spider-Man's other iconic love interest.
one of the rumors is that she may be
Cat.
coming in as Felissa Hardy or Black Cat.
Oh, really? I was joking. I thought it was going to be the other one.
Gwen Stacy?
Yeah.
No. So there's the image of Sydney Sweeney, because I know Carl's
I
not
had the
super
article there.
familiar with her. I don't know, man. That works for
that
me
works
as
for
Black
me.
Cat.
Sure.
And Black
Yeah.
Cat is someone we've seen Felicity in Spider-Man movies. She was she not? We've never seen her as Black Cat.
There hasn't never been a Black Cat.
No.
Live action Black Cat.
We saw her in what Spider-Man movie did we see her in?
Didn't you just say she was in Madam Web?
She was in The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Really?
Yes. As Felicity Hardy. Never as Black Cat. But that was a part of, the Amazing Spider-Man movies were supposed to be setting up that Sinister Six kind of universe. And so they were setting up all kinds of different characters. So yes, we had Felicity Hardy in. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm 100% on board for this. I think it'd be fun to finally see her portrayed. It would just be... It'd be a unique take on the Spider-Man universe and the Spider-Man love interest from a live action standpoint.
Yeah.
Although a love interest, it's kind of a little bit, and maybe a coincidence that they're both cat-based, but it's a little bit of a Batman Catwoman scenario.
Yeah.
Where Black Cat is a love interest of Peter Parker, but she's also not really always towing the company line.
No, she's more often
She's
an
self-serving.
antagonist.
She's self-serving.
She's more often an antagonist than she is a protagonist.
So, but I'm
And
100%.
At best, she's the term is slipping.
Anti-hero?
My mind. Anti-hero. Thank you. Yeah.
I'm 100% on board for this. Carl, what are your thoughts?
I think it's a really fun take. I think it would work well on screen. Like the whole chemistry between the two of them is very similar to like the Batman Catwoman thing that we've seen in the past. But she usually is portrayed as more kind of flirty and open to messing with Spider-Man's emotions.
Which he needs. He needs.
Which is always creates really fun, weird stories. Yeah. I think this could work.
Cool. Me too. I hope they do this.
Yeah.
I hope
cool.
Sam Raimi directs Sydney Sweeney as Black Cat in Tom Holland's Spider-Man 4.
Yeah.
Moving on to our final topic. Now, recently, we had CinemaCon. Now, CinemaCon, for those who don't know, is a convention, but it's not like Comic-Con. It's not like D23, where those are kind of for the fans. CinemaCon is for the cinema owners, the theater owners. It's studios saying, hey, look, these are the films we've got. This is what we're making. And this is why you should, A, play them in your theater chains, and B, put them on several screens and give them long theatrical runs for us. So, at CinemaCon, there are 5 big studios that show up and do kind of like a Hall H, right? They do a presentation to the theater owners.
Okay.
And at CinemaCon, there's always some things where we show footage from this thing that you already knew was coming. There's also a lot of announcements that are made. And so I thought it'd be fun to quickly run through the announcements of these 5 studios and really rapid fire style. I'll just say like, dude, this could be sick. And you're like, nah, it's garbage.
All right, let's
I
do
don't
it.
want that. All right, okay, calm down. All right.
Let's go.
Paramount.
Ooh,
Paramount.
This is studio.
No, Paramount Studio. Paramount Studios told us that we are getting a new installment in the Scary Movie comedy franchise.
Yeah.
At this point, they'd have to really reinvent it and sort of like intelligent it up a little bit.
I don't think those films are for us. Those are for teenagers and young adults who haven't matured. Like those are like they're designed to be immature films for an immature audience.
Sure. We are getting a live action R-rated film called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin.
I'm on it. Yeah. I own the miniseries.
Dude,
I've actually they've actually kind of done a spin-off miniseries, Last Ronin's miniseries. Yeah, I'm all about it. It was first time in years that in decades that Peter Laird and what's his name? Something Eastman.
Carl?
That's not me. But his last name's Eastman. The creators of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, because they like when they started Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles,
it was a dark comic.
It was dark and gritty. They were writing it out of Peter Laird's house.
Yeah, black and white.
It was all black and white. One was doing paneling,
except for red for blood. Was that the?
I don't think it even had. It might have had some red. I don't remember. I've never seen it, like aside from cover and a few pictures here and there.
People talking about it on YouTube and stuff.
But yeah, like. They had their desks opposite each other and one would draw a page and then hand it over to the other guy to do panels,
do dialogue,
and then the other guy would do the panels, and then on the next page they would they'd flip. So they kind of one would do the drawing and then the other would do the drawing, and they had very similar art styles, so it flowed well. Anyway, like when it started blowing up, the two of them started having creative differences,
right?
And you can see like they would be, and then eventually they both sold it off, and
Hasbro or whoever owns,
and whoever had rights to make the show would every once in a while bring one of them in to work on to help run the show, and then that show would run its course, and then the next person to work on it would bring the other one in to run the show. So they hadn't worked together since they sold it off, decades. This is that miniseries, the Last Ronin miniseries, the first time in decades that the two of them came together to write Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So it's all the art and writing is all them.
That's cool.
Very cool.
We are getting, so I'm 100% on board with this too.
It's such a really good, dark, gritty
And I was going to touch base on, not simply because I think, R-rated makes it better. It doesn't. But the fact that it will be a return sort of to the original style of the Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I would be interested to know which of the two, if any, are connected. I gotta Google it real quick.
Which of the two? What do you mean? Oh, are involved in the film?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Kevin Eastman, that's it. Peter Laird or Kevin Eastman. So
Yeah.
like the most recent run. So yeah, they made Last Ronin last year, and the beginning of this year, the first book for the Last Ronin kind of saga of the continuation of that storyline came out, and Peter Laird's not attached to it, just Kevin Eastman.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see. Peter Laird's old, like he's 20 or 15 years older than Kevin is. So it would be interesting to see if either or both of them are attached.
We are getting a G.I. Joe and Transformers crossover film.
A crossover? Animated?
I don't know.
It'd have to be animated.
You think?
Yes.
Maybe.
Well, the live action franchise is dead.
These are two things that I don't care about either way.
For G.I. Joe anyway.
Yeah, I don't care about either of these either way, so I'm a pass. But what are your thoughts?
I like G.I. Joe more than like Transformers. I have several G.I. Joe comics. I'm not interested in a crossover. Right. Not if it's animated, maybe.
We're getting a Bee Gees biopic directed by Ridley Scott.
Like the Bee Gees?
Like, you can do by the way I use my walk.
Okay, I don't care.
Okay. I'm excited for this one just because I love biopics. Ridley Scott's great. And it's a 70s disco biopic. It could be fun. The Running Man. We're getting a Running Man remake directed by Edgar Wright.
Well, if it's anything like, oh man, whoa, trying to remember the film that they just remade a few years back.
A few years back.
The Arnold...
Total Recall?
Total Recall, thank you. Wow.
A few years ago.
Well, that was a few... I mean, compared to the original, it's a few years ago. It was a mess. I didn't like it. It was crap. Hopefully it's not like that if they do it.
2012. It came out 12 years ago.
Whatever. It's still garbage.
So what's the...
They don't even go to Mars in that one. I don't know. You know my feeling. Everybody knows my feelings on remakes at this point, so I'm hesitant at best, especially since it's a beloved Arnold film.
Well, they could Arnold could pop up in it, some kind of cameo. But all right, we've talked about the Naked Gun remake with Liam Neeson. They've also just added Pamela Anderson to the cast.
Okay.
Which I don't know. Listen, here's the thing.
That could go the right way very quickly. The wrong way.
It could be a great
quickly.
film.
Yeah.
I think that's a great addition.
Oh man.
We're getting a new musical from the South Park creators. That's all we know.
A new IP or a South Park?
I think it's a new IP.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're funny guys. That could be good. That could be really good.
We are getting a sequel to TMNT Mutant Mayhem.
Maybe.
I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, did you see the new? That's the
know.
newest animated.
No.
Do you know? You didn't see it?
No.
Yeah, it was all right. It wasn't horrible. It was better than I thought it would. Seth Rogen doesn't play his character. It doesn't have a lot of speaking lines, so that made it better.
Right.
But
we're getting Paw Patrol 3.
Ooh.
Time for you to take
that's probably something I could take my boys to.
Take the kiddies to.
Yeah.
And finally from Paramount, we are getting Aang, The Last Airbender.
From Paramount?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Voice cast featuring Eric Nam as Aang and Dave Bautista as the film's villain. So it'll be animated.
Yeah. He's voice cast. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Animated.
Wait. Batista as the villain.
Yep. This is Carl's teeth, for anyone wondering. for Carl's dentist who's listening right now.
I'm trying to think about who Batista would play.
From Universal.
Ooh, Universal. Okay.
They talked about The Wild Robot, which I don't know if you've seen a trailer for that.
The Wild Robot?
Yeah. You should look up a trailer. It looks fun. Not right now, but
Wild I just want to see a picture.
Yeah.
Just a quick picture.
It looks It's got some promise, I think.
Okay, maybe
It's
I think,
been popping up on your social media and stuff.
I have seen a trailer for this. Yes, it does look intriguing.
Yeah. They talked about Despicable Me 4, which again, I think is dead. Like it's just, I don't know. It's time to move on. Do you want another Despicable Me?
I enjoyed the last one. I think the direction they're going, this one's right up the right alley for a proper sequel.
They talked about their upcoming remake, reboot, sequel, who knows, who cares, why
That's
film
a funny name.
called Twisters.
Oh, that's the name of the film. I thought the other thing was okay.
I don't want it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Take it back.
I don't. Yeah.
They are coming in January 17th of 2025, returning to the Universal Monsters universe. We're getting a Wolfman film.
Whoa, hang on. Is this an official Monsterverse film?
I don't like it connected to Tom Cruise's Mummy, you mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. Probably not.
Are they
Probably
just rebooting that whole franchise so they don't have to deal with Tom
They're probably rebooting.
Cruise?
I mean, they own all the characters, right?
Yeah.
Universal owns the monsters.
I would assume they're rebooting so they don't have to deal with Tom Cruise's BS.
Probably.
Anyway, that would be cool. I would be interested in that.
You love monster movies.
I love monster movies. Yeah.
They talked about Wicked, which is the Broadway musical film adaptation of the Wizard of Oz thing.
We've done a trailer review of that.
I think that looks great. They showed an exclusive first look at The Fall Guy, which is a movie you're very excited for.
My wife wants to see it too, so we'll probably see it in theaters.
They talked about Fast X.
Fantastic Fast and the Furious
Fast and the Furious 10. Kung Fu Panda 4, which is another thing that I'm like, no, okay, come on.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing.
Come on. And they showed some stuff and talked about, I always screw up the pronunciation of this, Nosferatu, which is the new, like, Dracula pick that they're doing.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. It's
Nosferatu.
director Robert Eggers.
Did you ever see the Nick Cage Dracula film?
The Renfield?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, man, it was fun.
It looks fun.
It was fun.
Next up, we have Lionsgate.
All right, Lionsgate. Okay.
We're getting a remake
Okay.
of Highlander.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, interesting. A remake that you're not instantly poo-pooing on?
Well, so the Highlander series, and I'm not sure about this. So I've seen the movie, but it had a TV show that ran for a few seasons too that I seen as a teenager. And I was never sure, and still am not sure if the two universes are connected or if they're two separate things.
I don't know.
But yeah, I think that's a really cool storyline. And I guess this is one of those things where I'm not such a big fan of, that if they changed lore, as long as like the core of the lore is they stay true to, they could do a lot of stuff. Like they could make it about Russians.
Okay.
Or Russian Highlander is the main guy or the main villain, right? Like, and I would be like, all right, sure, whatever. As long as it's all about killing other immortals and gaining their power and trying to be the last one,
right?
then you're on the right track for me. But yeah, it'd be cool.
I haven't seen Highlander, so I don't have a.
Yeah, well, that's the synopsis of. That's the really quick synopsis.
We're getting a live action adaptation of. And I'm going to butcher this because it's an anime title, but Naruto. We're getting a live action adaptation of that.
Who's making it? Lionsgate? But
Lionsgate, directed by Destin Daniel Cretton.
So this, unless the original creators of Naruto are involved, then I think it's doomed to fail.
Directed by the guy that directed Shang-Chi.
I don't care. Unless the original creators are involved, it's doomed to fail. There have been a lot of anime live actions created in the last decade, and the only good one is One Piece. And it's because the writer and creator of the anime,
Right.
was heavily involved and had final say on everything.
It doesn't help that this is an Asian director, so he's probably a
No.
little more in tune with...
Nope.
No?
No.
Okay. All right. Now You See Me 3.
Oh, they're doing another one?
The Jesse Eisenberg, Woody Harrelson.
How did the last one end?
I don't remember. It was the one that had Harry Potter in it.
Yeah. Yeah, he was a bad guy. and they
Daniel.
flipped the
Why am
script on.
I forgetting
Daniel Radcliffe?
Daniel Radcliffe?
I don't know. They're fun
They're
films.
fun movies.
They're really fun. Yeah, that could be good.
Yeah. I'm excited for it. From Blumhouse, Jason Blum, the horror,
Okay, so we got a bunch of horror films coming up.
icons. We're getting a remake of the Blair Witch Project.
Oh, okay.
It's been a long time since the Blair Witch
So they're gonna
Project
shoot,
came
are they
out.
going to shoot it all on cell phones?
I assume it'll be found footage. I mean, you kind of have to. That's at the heart
That's
of
the whole idea
Blair
of it.
Witch. It's kind of the OG found footage film. I've seen the original Blair Witch Project once, maybe 10 years ago. Whatever. I mean,
I never saw it.
yeah. Well, you will.
I'm not interested.
We're getting a live action Monopoly movie produced by Margot Robbie
Is it going to be a
and her
horror?
Lucky Chap production company. Probably not a horror. No.
Producing it?
Yeah, her production company,
She
Lucky
produced
Chap.
anything before? Was she a producer on Barbie?
Let's see. What has Lucky Chap Entertainment produced? Founded by Margot Robbie in 2014. So
Fairly
they have
recently.
10 years. They did I, Tonya,
I don't know what that is.
Terminal, Dreamland, Birds of Prey, Promising Young Women. They did produce Barbie, Saltburn, which is the movie that everyone made headlines. Is a big deal movie. And this year they have My Old Ass, My Year of Rest and Relaxation, Tank Girl, blah blah blah. Yeah,
So
they're also the ones doing the live action The Sims movie.
why are they picking up all these? That's weird. Weird things to make movies about.
Yeah, whatever. It could be fun though. If it was a Sims movie in the same kind of style as the Barbie movie was very stylized to the world of Barbie.
Be like, what is it, Free Guy?
Yeah, right. And so in The Sims, it's the people, they don't make it to the toilet. They're peeing puddles everywhere, and then
Standing there, why won't you move me? I gotta go.
it could be good. It could be good.
Yeah. Be interesting.
If you see,
the
like,
Monopoly one, man, board games as movies is just, especially
Oh, but Clue.
but that's a narrative board game.
Right.
That board
Well,
game has
sort
a
of.
narrative to it. There's no narrative to Monopoly.
Well,
There's no narrative.
But you have a character. You have
Like
Uncle Moneybag or Pennybags or whatever.
a character, a mascot. He's not even a character. He's a mascot.
I don't know.
There's no
right.
story
All
to the
right.
game. It'd be like trying to make a game out of trouble or a movie out of trouble.
I'm sure they will. And then
Love getting into
they also
trouble.
talked about their upcoming movies: The Crow, Borderlands,
Yeah.
The Strangers Chapter 1, Never Let Go,
Okay.
The Gray, John
what
Wick
that
Presents Ballerina.
John Wick. Oh, that's a spinoff.
Yeah, and the Michael Jackson biopic that they're doing.
Okay.
Next up,
The Michael Jackson biopic I'd be interested in, I think.
we have Warner Brothers.
WB. DC.
They talked about Mad Max, the Furiosa.
Furiosa Road to Furiosa.
It's
or whatever.
nuts, man.
Yeah.
They talked about
That's this weird spin-off that they're making sound like a true installment.
Joker Folie à Deux.
Yeah.
They talked about Beetlejuice. We got an update from the Conjuring universe to find out which is a universe you will very soon be well versed in.
More hints, okay.
They talked about Dune Part 2. They talked about some of their like big recent successes,
Sure.
just to kind of be like, hey, look at us. What else here is really of interest? The Watchers. It's kind of Mickey 17. What's Mickey 17?
I don't know.
Bong Joon-ho's Mickey 17. Yeah. Not a lot. They kind of pulled back. They did make it very clear at CinemaCon, however, that next year CinemaCon will be very Superman heavy for Warner Brothers.
You think?
Very Superman heavy.
Superman or just DC in general?
Yeah. Well, it's Superman, because that's their big.
That's the film.
To launch everything. And then finally we have Disney.
Oh, yes, the House of Mouse.
They talked about Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
All right. Okay.
I'm stoked for that.
Looks like it'll be fun.
They showed 9 spoiler-free-ish minutes of Deadpool and Wolverine.
Ooh, interesting.
Inside Out 2.
Okay. That looks like an interesting.
Alien Romulus.
Alien, what?
Several years older, so they're doing a bit of a time jump.
Huh. Oh, I wonder if there must be other story, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Folklore that they must be pulling from for that with Maui or something.
Must be. Now, was Moana a smash hit in your house? You've got a young girl.
It came out before my wife and I got married and got back together. So
2016, yeah.
I watched it by myself and I thought it was a really fun film.
That's sad.
Well, I mean, I might have watched it with people. I don't remember. But it was, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And I don't know if my daughter's seen it or not because it's got some, we did watch it. She was still at an age where we kind of had to no, just push through this scary part because there's more fun to be had. But I mean, I guess, there was a time when Disney sequels were like garbage. And now all of a sudden Disney sequels are supposed to be held up as this A-tier cinema necessity words that you have to watch.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, how many Disney sequels have we just recently watched the Atlantis sequel. What a horrible piece of crap that is. The first Atlantis is amazing.
Yeah.
The sequel, it's garbage. It's trash. Don't ever watch it. It's not worth your time.
Milo's Return.
It's like they didn't know what story to tell, so they told these 5 little stories within one overarching, barely held together plot line.
Well, you don't have Michael J. Fox in it.
Or not. The film just didn't work.
Right.
It was garbage. Now you might correct me, somebody else might scream at me in our comments that there are other ones, but for me the only sequel that works, and it's not even really a sequel, it's kind of like a side story but a movie that came out after the original, is Lion King 1.5. That thing's gold.
It is good.
It's on par, at least, in my mind.
Which brings us to, they talked about their Mufasa, the Lion King.
A nice segue.
Which is their live action, kind of a spin-off of the
It's a prequel.
Sorry, it's not live action. The CGI Lion King.
The quote-unquote air quotes live action.
But a prequel about Mufasa, sort of in the same style as Jon Favreau's Lion King. They talked about Captain America: Brave New World. That's kind of it. That's kind of it. Yeah. Is there any standout announcement
it's a short
for you?
list for the House of Mouse.
Something that jumped out at you and you're like, ooh.
Man, I wouldn't say it's like a ooh, but like the Avatar movie being a thing, that's intriguing. Mm-hmm. Because the first movie,
Dave Bautista.
the first movie was horrible, and then I haven't watched it yet, but I've
The Netflix?
yeah, but I've seen some kind of reviews on it, and they're mixed.
Yeah.
They're pretty heavily mixed. Like there are some people that are like, even the positive reviews state like there are some bad departures here
Right.
from the original. So it's not a
Which I mean,
it's not
among
a great live action.
among super fans, every departure is going to be considered a bad departure.
No, I'm talking about like the completely changing the character departures.
Ah, okay. Yeah, you
Right?
can't do
like
that.
apparently like one of the main characters, Sokka, they completely kind of changed his character, and he doesn't have the same character growth or arc at all.
Right.
And he's a pretty like he's one of the three main characters.
Yeah. Well, that's the news.
Wow.
Thank you so
We're
much
done?
for listening. Make sure you check out our Facebook, Instagram, and X, Twitter X, Twitter, formerly Twitter, now X, all listed below. Check out our Patreon page. That was a lot. You can support it's a fun way of supporting the show, getting some perks in return.
Yeah.
Just telling
The more
us-
you support it, the more perks we can throw in there.
exactly showing us just kind of how much our little free show that you get means to you. And we have not free merch.
Yeah. We're gonna get some new merch up there soon.
Yeah,
we're talking about it. We just got to do it.
Some Dave Bautista is the villain
you
of the
should
Movie
share
Men
with me some of
podcast merch.
That'd be a great shirt. You should share if you got some like files of like just like clips of art of the Movie Men.
Are you struggling?
I'm just trying to put words to what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
It's
Well,
talking is hard.
Think it out and then speak.
Yeah.
All right.
Thinking words.
What should I share with you?
Just some images so that I can help you make. Maybe I can help you make some art.
Sure.
For
I mean, I don't have
merch.
this is mostly stuff that I'm making on the fly, but
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Well, you'll have some stuff in a file folder somewhere on your computer.
Somewhere in the dark net.